Hi, welcome everyone. It's Anita from Angelic Awakening. Welcome. So I just thought I'd come on today and come a bit closer, just to connect into the energy of mighty Vesta and mighty, from what I heard, his name was Helios. So I was meditating yesterday and I got connected to this being and I was like, who is Helios? And then it is the other name for Elohim Cyclopeia, which is the all-seeing eye of God. So they wanted to come through this week as a collective. So Vesta is the twin ray of Helios. Helios is the eye of God, brings in this kind of yellow gold vibration. And tonight we're going to join their energy to see what they want us to know about the third eye. So welcome. So as always, we start with a prayer and invocation to set the tone of the video, and it will be approximately about 1 hour. And intuitively I will stop when they've stopped wanting me to talk. So do sit back, enjoy, relax, and just take in the energy of beloved Helios and mighty Vesta, the other name is Elohim Cyclopeia, or the all-seeing eye of God. So let's start. So our purpose today is to connect into the energy of mighty Helios and mighty Vesta to see what they would like to say about the third eye. And we now invite them in to be with each and every one of us to bless us with their light, the eye of Horus and the all-seeing eye. We ask that they help us to gain clarity and understanding on what we need to know right now, and to bless us with many angelic blessings and surround us with so much love. And so it is. So welcome. So we're going to start off with tuning into mighty Helios and mighty Vesta and see what their opening messages are for us. So what we're talking about today is our third eye. So this is our beloved third eye. So the traditional color that's associated with the third eye is indigo. And why we're talking about the third eye this week is because Spirit wants us to know how we can work with our third eye to help us evolve. And at the end we're going to do a meditation to help clear the third eye, bring upgrades, or whatever it is that we need with our third eye. They wanted me to do this video today to channel through their energy so that we can better understand the third eye and how it works and what we can do with going into the new 5D energy. So I'll just put that over here. So this is the picture that I drew that is mighty Helios or Cyclopeia. So as you can see, it is a beautiful eye, and what it says is I am and I see. So if you ever want to work with Cyclopeia or mighty Helios, it's all about clarity, it's all about inspiration, it's all about hope, and the main statement is I see. So that's the energy we're going to be channeling today. So we're going to start off with some messages from the Transcendent Journey. So we're just going to tune into some cards and see what messages they have for us. Opening messages for the third eye, what we need to know right now. So we've got 2 cards, and this is beautiful artwork. So the first one is this beautiful picture here, raise your frequency. And it's got here, activate the 12 strands. And in here she's got almost like DNA strands in her hair. The 12th strand DNA is to do with our evolution and becoming our light bodies, our upgrades. And the next card is detach. These beautiful cards. Detach, seek refuge. The legend of the Spider Woman. So putting these 2 energies together, raise your frequency and detach, seek refuge. So in order for us to get these upgrades, I think I've talked about their very strong message about taking time out and listening to Spirit. But they also want you taking refuge within your sanctuary, but also doing the work. It's not a passive energy, which, I mean, it is and it isn't. So when you're meditating and just going within, yes, you are listening, but you're also actively calling in your spirit guides to help you to activate your 12 DNA strands or your light body or any upgrades that you require. And what they're asking you is to detach from what we call the matrix. So the matrix is something that was designed a long time ago, eons ago, to help us keep in within the 3D matrix when we started off, because what happened was many eons ago when we had many lifetimes. We never had any matrix, or we had a sort of matrix, and it fell apart because we almost had too much control over our reality. So in order for Spirit to help us, a matrix was created with our own free will, and it was placed around us with the understanding that it would be broken as soon as we start to evolve. And there are many theories out there, and I'm not going to get into the theories. This is what the angels are saying. The angels are saying that the matrix in its highest level had a highest good, but now it's been broken down, as you know. The matrix is just being connected to the mass collective consciousness, the fear aspect. And we are all breaking away from this. We're waking up to the truth that we are no longer in this matrix, that we can separate ourselves from it, we can free ourselves from it. So what it's asking us to do is detach from the matrix and raise our frequency. So this is what the third eye is helping us with. It's helping us to see the truth so that we are able to break free from the matrix. And the matrix is just a form of energetic control, or a form of reigning in our energy. But now that's been broken because through free will, we have started to move past it. And it's funny because Spirit talks about the Matrix movies and how true and based on truth it actually has. It has some truth to it. So that's an interesting concept. And I think people, when they watch the Matrix, they understand that there's some understanding or truth around it as well. And they don't want you to get bogged down with the whole Matrix and getting caught up in it. What they want you to do is break free from the Matrix and break free and start standing in your God self. So these two cards are reminding us that in order for us to do this, we have to detach from the Matrix, unplug through mass consciousness. So that means that there used to be this mass consciousness of fear. The Matrix was like a form of control. Now that it's been shattered, we have to start choosing to stand in our light. So that's really positive messages. And Vesta and Helios really want us to see the truth. This is what this video is about. Our third eye is about enhancing our eyesight, not just our physical eyesight, but our spiritual eyesight. The funny thing is, leading up to this video, I actually lost my glasses, and what happens is, the message from that is, when you start to rely on things, so people get very reliant on technology, systems, ways of doing things, and they don't get out of their comfort zone. They get too comfortable, and when you lose those things, you don't know how to function. And this is where we've lost our autonomy. They're saying autonomy is our kind of using our own brains and working it out for ourselves. And so Helios and Vesta really want to promote this today. We've got to start using our noggin again, start seeing the truth. So if you take away your glasses, or even if you don't wear glasses, take away that 3D reality and start looking at it from different lenses, you would see things very differently. And if you see it from a higher perspective or a 5D lens, everything is interconnected and we're no longer controlled, we're free. And we don't need to be controlled anymore because it's about liberty and it's about freedom. And freedom of being our own unique self. So in a 5D and above reality, everyone has their own place, space, there is enough abundance for everybody. So this is where we're moving towards the energy of 5D and higher. And they really want us to understand that it's the way we are looking at the world that helps shape our reality. So if we're able to shape the reality and see through new lenses, get upgrades with our third eye, we're going to be able to see that we are free, we have free will, we have choices. We don't always have to choose the same old and be limited to our beliefs and our subconscious patterns and just what we're fed into in the past. We no longer need to feed into the programming that has been there for a long time. And so they really want us to gain clarity and insight, which is really good, because they're saying everyone's ready for this. Everybody's already started seeing it, because everything is about frequency. So they're talking about frequency as being one of the most important things you can learn. Raising your frequency helps you to move beyond the 3D reality and actually detach from the matrix naturally. So the more that you're able to do the work within yourself, the more you're able to move up and out independently without actually... Because it's all about, I'm almost seeing like within a matrix we've got cords attached to us. As soon as we start to raise our vibration, those cords become looser and we detach from it naturally. So really, and they've been there the whole time. So even to the big, you know, like when it started to occur, it's breaking away, which is great. So any more messages from Vesta? And oh, we've got another 2 messages. So we'll go to the first message. Explore new territory. Look at that, like Egyptian. Explore the new territory. And what this is about is, if you look at her, it's about Egyptian. So we're looking at different civilizations and cultures. They're asking us to learn from the old ways of doing things, like look back on the old knowledge, because there's some truth to it. There's a lot of wisdom in it, and this is what's going to be rehashed in the next kind of 10 to 20 years. Is we're going to be discovering a lot of old knowledge, which we already have. And then it's a number 33, so it's all about the Holy Trinity. It's about mind, body, spirit. It's that connection. And what this is saying is to explore. There is so much that has been unexplored in our times that we've kind of almost become complacent. And they're saying that it is time for us to explore the new territory, to go on new journeys of the soul. And what they're talking about, mind, body, spirit, what they're trying to make us understand is that there is so much depth to how we are, how we function on this planet, that we're going to actually get to know the intrinsic nature of energy and frequency, and we're going to get very close to it, because people sense it on a vibrational level, but they don't actually see it. So what's going to happen is with our third eyes, we're going to get these energetic upgrades, and we're going to be able to start to see energy moving, forming, and people can already see it with their third eye. They can sense it, they know it, they feel it. And in truth, that's what we're all about, is we're here to explore the new territory of opening our eyes to this whole new level or new perspective on energy, on frequency. And the next card is change your environment, the rainbow serpent. So the snake represents shedding old ways, moving into a new direction. And it says here, change your environment. So with our physical environment, it's changing. Mother Gaia's upgrading. So in order for us to belong and still stay on this earth, our bodies need to adjust to the changes that Mother Gaia's going through. So in regards to evolution, we are evolving naturally as animals on this planet, like most other animals, but it's saying also too, we're shedding the old, which is great. So that's just a great card to have to confirm that we're on the right track. And we're going really deep. This is like going into the ocean. I can see it. This card, you're moving from water to this snake here. I don't know if you can see it, but they're moving from water to the earth. So it's been adaptable as well, because our energy is limitless. We have so much potential, and we limit ourselves with our minds. And it comes back to this card. Exploring new territory is about our minds and getting out of our comfort zones and getting out of our minds, actually getting out of our heads. So that's the message. So I'll leave it there. Right. Where do they want to go with this? So this is the Ascended Master, or this is one of the Ascended Masters, Horus. And it says here, you are seeing the situation accurately. So if you can see here the Eye of Horus, one of the things that we're going to explore is the old ancient wisdom of Horus. So Horus is also can be used for protection over the third eye. It can be used as a filter. Horus is a great Ascended Master to work with if you're looking at the third eye and wanting more clarity on what to do next. And Horus is saying that it's all about expansion. There's the eagle there, the hawk. And Horus is talking about taking steps towards the divine. So seeing the steps to the divine. Because right now we are clouded within the matrix. We come in and out the different dimensions. And we're moving our frequency up. So the longer we're able to keep our frequencies high, the more we're able to see the truth. So once you see glimpses of it, you want to stay up there. And they're encouraging us to keep our frequencies high, so that we're able to bring in this new golden age, this new wave of energy. Because what's happening is all the density is being shaken up, because we can no longer be stuck on the earth. We need to kind of liberate ourselves and move up and out of this matrix we call. So Horus is saying you are seeing the situation accurately. So whatever you feel within your bones, within your DNA, within your intuition, trust it. Because with the third eye, and working with your third eye, you learn to trust a lot more, because you can, it's not necessarily seeing into the future, it's just knowing that you have the steps that will be provided to you, and that you've got clarity that everything's okay. So that's Horus. Alright. With the third eye, there's also what Helios and them are talking about is, in order for you to shift your from the 3D to the 5D energy, you've got to let go of old paradigms, and that's around realizing also it's connected to ancestors. Funnily enough, I did a meditation last night with my ancestors, and there's a lot of old stuff that you can let go of for your ancestors. And what they're saying is, the more you're able to lighten the load of ancestral patterns and programs within your DNA, it almost helps you to float up and out. So it kind of helps for the density to become lighter. And so that means that the energy from the divine can come down through you and work with you on a one-to-one basis, on a more, they're saying one-to-one basis, on a more aligned basis, because we get out of sorts when we get pulled in different directions, our energies and our frequencies. And because the planet's like this right now, the only way to stay kind of centered is to stay grounded. So they're saying the biggest thing to help protect your third eye, as well as all your chakras, is to maintain a sense of homeostasis in your physical body. So that means requiring you look after your physical body. That's why health is so important right now. We've been asked, apart from to step up physically and spiritually, we need our body to lighten. So that means listening to our bodies, tuning into the instrument that we've been given. They're saying like having enough sleep, drinking enough water, because all these energetic upgrades require our bodies to shift and change as well, and it takes time. So they're asking us to be patient with our bodies, to listen, to give what it needs. Because it's like planting a seed in the ground and you're feeding this new bud. It's like you need to water it, you need to nurture it, and to allow it to sprout. Because we've been planted with these seeds within us, these seeds of potential for our future, for our children. And this needs to be nurtured. And so, beloved Vesta is saying, one of the ways us as children can grow is to face the sun, and to spend time in nature and to soak up the sun rays, but also to have your feet firmly on the floor or ground and just be there and be present. Because she's saying, Vesta's saying, as humans we overcomplicate our evolutionary process. It's all about coming back to basics. And she's saying simply just being in the moment will help you to energize your body, mind and spirit, bring it back into harmony and balance. Because there is so much light around us, but also so much darkness. So it's about finding that center of yourself and allowing life to unfold as it needs to, and to remember to breathe, because we tend to kind of do this with our bodies. It's like we have to open our chests and open our hearts a lot more, and they're saying that helps to open up all the chakras, especially the heart helps to work with the third eye. So when you're working with your third eye and you're working with spirit, you're very connected to your heart center, because you're doing it from a place of love. So if things are out of balance, your heart's out of balance, your throat's out of balance, you're not going to be seeing clearly. So it requires for all your chakra centers to work harmoniously with each other. So the third eye is really important right now, because it's like the shield that's been put around us has been broken. The illusion that was there has been broken. It's been shattered. And a lot of people are getting very disorientated, because it's like the fog goes away and people are waking up and going, wow, like what is all this? Like I knew it was here, and it's almost like a reality check. It's like in a good way, like that what they had been feeling was true and true to them, and they didn't believe it until they, you don't believe it till you see it. So when people's third eyes start to really open and see the different dimensions of this planet and what's around them, they tend to they either get scared or they get really excited. So if you understand that this is happening to everybody, it's almost like the veil's been pulled away and we're literally just walking aimlessly trying to find our way. And if we can do this together, because this is what it's about, we all hold a divine seed within us, like the flower of life. I was shown this last night. We all started as a dot, and then we multiplied, and we became like geometric shapes, and we started as a point of light, then we multiplied, and then we became like the flower of creation, the flower of life, and then we kept expanding outwards. And our job or responsibility is to help each other expand, because you can't be a separate energy from the expansion. You're a part of the expansion. So if people start understanding this and start sharing resources and sharing knowledge and wisdom, it's not about hoarding what you know, it's actually about sharing. And Vesta and Helios are all about expansion, like the great central sun. Their eye is clearly open. They see it for what it is, with love, determination, strength, confidence. It's also linked to the solar plexus. So your third eye really incorporates a lot of the chakras, because when you start to tune into the third eye and it's fully functioning at 100%, you're seeing it for what it is, with love, with confidence. You don't always need to know the future. You live in the moment. You have clarity. So it means your ego is there in the background, but it's not running the show. So they really just want to get clear about some things. Let's get into these cards and see what they want us to know. They were very clear they wanted to talk about the third eye tonight, because it was really important to them, and they overliked the third eye as well. So let's see what they've got to say, shall we? 3 cards. First card is, they want me to do it together. So the first one is review and reflect. The second card is blue, Madonna and mothering. And the third message is conquering fear. Look at the blues. I think all of them are nearly blue or purple. So the first thing I'm picking out is conquering fear. The biggest thing that blocks our third eye is fear with any chakra. So this fear is to do with past fear, ancestral fear, also fear from being powerful. So all those fears we kind of have on an individual level will come to fro. Like, it's almost like they're saying, our third eye has been highlighted and we're going to be showing our fears, and to really face them, that the fears aren't real. Because when you're looking at an energetic point of view, the fear is an illusion, and fear becomes what we make it to be. So love is something that transforms it. Using your spiritual tools, your spiritual belt, with all those tools, you can overcome your fear. You can move through your fear. Because once you actually go to the actual fear itself, it loses its power. And the biggest thing I'm seeing is reminding yourself that the card in the middle is really standing out to me. The mothering card. And there's a star above her. And it's hope. So in the middle there is hope. And your Divine Mother has got your back. Your Divine Mother is saying that there is so much help and support around you. Just listen to yourself. Trust yourself. You know your answers. And that love is real. Because in the center, she is peace. She's at peace. She knows. And on the side here, we've got reflection. So what we reflect, everything that we come into contact is a reflection. I'm always seeing a reflection in the cards. Everything is a reflection right now. So even our third eye. If we can clearly see the truth, which is the true perspective of Source, we'll be able to navigate in a much safer way. Because you need to learn to discern with your third eye what is real and what isn't. So the next card I've got is love. So as I was just talking about what is real, what isn't, and I've said this multiple times, it's confirmation. When you're working with the frequencies of love, the vibration of anything higher than love, joy, happiness, you will only see pure divine light. Not saying the world is only just got light in it, because we know it doesn't, but the more you choose to focus on the light with your third eye, the more that you draw in more of that frequency to the planet, because that's pretty easy to understand. And a lot of people get caught up in their minds, the trap of thinking that they're losing control, when actually they're the ones that can bring themselves out of it with help and support if you need, like mental health issues. I'm not saying you can do it yourself and get over it. I'm saying that there are always ways of moving through things with help, assistance, spiritual team, doctors, counselors, like there's always a way. But at the end of the day, it's about coming back to love. Because our third eyes have been shrouded with fear and like survival mechanisms, but our third eyes have evolved over time, and they're saying it's wide open now. They want us to crack it open and start utilizing all the energy in the third eye. They're very direct tonight, aren't they? Very clear. And you know what? I can feel the energy. They're very clear, precise, to the point. And that's what they want us to do. They want us to work with our third eye and be this kind of force to be reckoned with when walking in the world. If your third eye is clear and your heart is pure, you can just move forward with precision, they're saying. 2 more messages. So what I'm getting in the picture is more the sign and just being in the vortex. And this says here the void. We are currently in the void. And there is light at the end of the tunnel for us in humanity-wise. There is just all these shifts and upgrades, and they're just reminding us that there is light at the end of the tunnel. They know exactly where we're going. We know exactly where we are going. If you tune into the portal of your heart, you'll know that everything's going to be okay. You can feel it instinctively and clearly, and it's a knowing if you tune into it. So that's what they want us to remind. One more message, please. So, this card is birthing the new. So, they're saying that the more we're able to expand our third eye, the more that we're able to collectively contribute to the expansion as the whole. So, it also, even the young ones coming in, they've already come in with wide open chakras. They've come in with so much light, as you know. And we're all connected with this like umbilical cord, they're saying, that we're all interconnected with these cords of light. And the more we're able to just focus on service and focus on how we can serve, the more we're able to help the expansion. So that's the messages with those cards. Just let me feel into the energy. Okay, the next thing they want to talk about is protection. So they're saying to me to talk about how can you protect your third eye when you're walking around and you feel different energies around you and you kind of just want to know how to better serve the light. So they're saying the one thing you can do is visualize white light around you, you know, the protection, the blue light. But they're saying also calling in Horus to overlight you, Cyclopeia, the eye of God, to just be placed around you so that it allows you to see only light. It doesn't mean you're not going to see things, but you're going to see things from a higher perspective, because they're saying it's all about perspective, not human perspective, a higher perspective, meaning a different way of viewing. So instead of viewing like down here, they're saying, or like here, if you move your perspective and your energy or focus, it comes from above. So you're almost getting, if there's like an object, light goes over things, light goes through things, light goes under things. They're saying if this was a particular situation you were looking at, like an object, if you're coming from a higher perspective, the light is coming down and bouncing off it, but you're also almost seeing the higher reason for it. If you're moving it like neutral, you're going to see duality, so light and dark. If you are a lower frequency or not vibing that day, you're going to come down here and completely miss the reason for that thing being there in your life. So they're saying it helps you to discern how to manage your energy as well. So your third eye helps you to keep balanced, because the more your third eye is balanced, you're able to see it for what it is, not for what you think it is, because your thoughts can get really jumbled up in that object or image, And they're saying in order to protect your energy, it's almost like clearing your third eye and keeping it balanced will help you to manage things better in life. Because sometimes you're not going to always see the reason for things happening, but you're going to have a knowing, and it's going to help you to process it a little bit, not even faster, just process it. Because in life, they're saying life, there is tragedy, there is disease, there's death. They understand all of that. The third eye doesn't make any of that better. But what it does is it allows you to see that there is actually no separation between us and them. There's no I and we. It's like we're just us. And they're saying when you realize that on a really true deep level, you understand that your loved one is around you, even though they've passed. Or when tragedy strikes, you know that no matter what, at the end of the day, it kind of helps you to see things from a different perspective. It doesn't change the pain, but it helps you to see things differently. So the third eye actually does a lot of work around keeping your energy pure as well, because it protects you by, so you know how sometimes you go into a situation, you're blinded, where your physical eyes are not able to see things, but your third eye kind of shows you that there's something here more than what you're thinking or doing or feeling, and you find out later on you were right. It's because your third eye is there to kind of help you navigate through life. And they're saying to protect your third eye, it's almost like, it's like driving a car. You have to keep it clean, like clean it with white light. They're also like saying white sage. They're talking about there are some essential oils that help your third eye. There are symbols. There is sacred geometry. There are crystals. Like there are different ways of you protecting your third eye. And what it really essentially is just keeping your eye. They're saying like when you're driving and the glass is clean, you can see better and you can navigate and drive your way through life a bit easier. So when it gets clouded and distorted, you start to see, like, say you get a crack on your windscreen and things start to, you know, get a bit disjointed, and that's when it gets really difficult. I'm just listening to them because they're saying a lot of things. They're also saying that your eyes, your spiritual eye shows you things. So sometimes you get shown an image of something, or you think, why am I thinking of that? Like a picture, like a photo. Your third eye works that way. It communicates through symbolism, so seeing numbers. Your third eye works with, numerology they're talking about. Your third eye works with frequency, colour, because your third eye is beyond the human mind. So the third eye communicates. So if you're better able to work with your third eye, you're able to see things on a more universal level as well. So they're saying that once you understand that when our third eye starts to upgrade, we're not just going to be seeing frequencies and energies, we're going to be seeing a whole new level of numbers, sacred geometry, like which is already there with our physical eyes, but we're going to be seeing it on such a deep level, such a deep level. And they're talking about just seeing light shining from flowers, and they're talking about seeing sacred geometry and seeing and being able to see angels and guides and being able to see elementals and seeing the different dimensions and how this world has many layers, many layers, and how many beings are here. If you actually were to see everything for what it really was, you'd be amazed by how much beauty this planet has. Amidst all the tragedy and fear, you'd actually look and see, because you can feel it and you can see it with your third eye sometimes. But they're saying that the energy of this planet is ancient, because Mother Gaia is ancient. And she carries a lot of secrets and a lot of old wisdom. And so if we tap into our third eye, we can access also the great wisdom, the great knowledge of the ages to help us with this path. So they're saying that we're training to, and we're preparing to fully, because we're not using our third eye 100%, we're only at like 70% of what we should be doing with our third eyes. And that's because we're not ready to handle the energy of 100% of our third eye being open. And this will happen over due time. We're just going to get into these cards, see what they have to say. And they're really saying what the colour they'd like you to start working with your third eye is gold. Gold is the colour of illumination. It's the Christ consciousness. It helps to evolve the third eye. So nothing wrong with using indigo or violets or whatever colour you resonate with, but they really, Vesta and Mighty Helios, want you to connect to the great central sun and bring through that bright gold, like gold, 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 to just wake it up, bring in the Christ consciousness to raise our vibration. Okay, let's see what messages. Let's see where they're going with this. It's about self-discovery. So this card or mandala is saying self-discovery. This, we're almost innately going back to our pureness, pureness in the sense of innocence, our childlike state, our soul level, our I am. And it's all about self-discovery. It's about going within. It's rediscovering what we already got tools that we've had from many eons ago. And we come from the stars. We have so much collective knowledge and wisdom. But they're asking us to start again. They're asking us to have a fresh perspective, because we're not, this time we're doing it is not going to be the same as the last times we've done it, because we want to get this one like down, grounded in the earth. We want it to be a new beginning for us in humanity, because we've done things different ways multiple times, but the difference is this time we have learnt a lot. We've learnt a lot. And they're saying self-discovery is about almost treating it like we're children again. And we're kind of bringing this new world into being and really excited. And they're giving me an image of a child playing with a castle, building a sandcastle. It's almost like they want us to start getting back into that innocence of how can we co-create with the universe and bring about this new way of being. And it's through self-discovery, it's through trying new things, it's through attempting things we haven't done before. It's about being powerful like we've never been powerful before, but we're doing it in a space of love, doing it with inspiration and guidance and clarity. And they're talking about just being bold, like making a change. They're saying the old ways, even though they serve us and there's a lot of wisdom and strength in them, they want us to try or attempt to look at ourselves with a fresh perspective and start actioning things that we've been holding ourselves back from. Because in innovation and creativity and living in our light with joy, we actually create amazing things. Humans have got an amazing ability, they say, to face adversity and come out stronger. But they don't want this to be the way of being all the time. They're saying it has served us. But they're wanting us to inspire, aspire, go higher without needing to suffer all the time. They want suffering to stop. And Lord Buddha is going to talk a bit more about the mind and the third eye. Next one, base chakra. Why this has come up? Because a lot of our fears come from our root chakra, and it's to do with ancestral, it's to do with past healing. So a lot of people have been asked to look back at their ancestors or their current programming around fears of scarcity, lack, abundance, body image, like anything to do with patterns, programs, old ways of old traditions that no longer serve. We've been asked to loosen the grip of things that what they talked about in the beginning, things we're going through, we got so used to reliant on, ways of doing things, kind of getting stuck in that energy. It's almost we've been asked to be those children and start again. Start again is the word I'm hearing. One last card. Oh, we got two. So the first card we got is surrender, and the next card we got is new moon. Beautiful cards, almost very gentle. the pink and the blue. So this is about the divine masculine and divine feminine. This is just representing the frequency, but with gentleness. So it's almost like we've been asked to return to our innocent state, and they've asked us to let go and let God, surrender, go with the flow and see what evolves. There are new chapters coming about. There is a new moon. There's a new start. And they're saying with our third eyes that this is what it's about. It's about letting go of the control of the third eye and letting the energy of the light move through the third eye and show us what we need to see. Rather than in the past lives like Atlantis and all that, we dictated with our third eye. We created with our third eye. We destructed. It's almost like we took the control, went to a whole new level. So they're asking us with this purity now that when we work with our third eyes, we do it from a place of surrender, and we do it, it's also like a place of freedom and a place of a fresh approach, like keeping our third eyes open, but allowing us to just trust the light and walk with it, because control is an aspect of the masculine energy, and there's a difference between control in the sense of dominating and control, the dominating sense of control and learning how to control something. So there's almost like a happy medium, a balance needed. So they're asking us with our chakras, particularly our third eye, there needs to be a balance of divine male and divine female, so of trusting and doing. Because when you work with your third eye, you've got to learn to follow your gut instincts and action them, and sometimes you've got to stand back and watch and wait. So it's learning those two energies with the third eye. Which one do you act on and which one do you hold on to and not kind of follow through with things. So it's almost like learning how to stop, go, because your third eye shows you eventually which things you flow with and which things you stop and say, no, I'm not going in that direction. Okay. What we'll do now is we're going to get into our meditation. And we're going to ask Helios and Vesta to guide us through a beautiful meditation to help us with opening our third eye, cleansing, purifying it, and bringing it back into balance, and just being open to receiving any energetic upgrades they'd like us to have, because they're asking all of us as a collective if we can do it in harmony with each other, if we can focus on the same intention with working with our chakras for the highest good. It only has the highest and best outcome will ever come about. So in our last civilizations, Atlantis, Lemuria, whatever it was that Egypt, we were really good at manifesting, really good at feeling into our intuition was strong, our psychic abilities, but we hadn't learnt to be humble. We hadn't learnt to do it with balance and do it with grace and do it with love. There were people that did it that way, but there is also the other lot. So they're almost asking us in unison to be able to come back to the center of who we really are and work from a space of love. Because working with our third eye is not overcomplicating it. They're saying that really it is a balance of love, giving and receiving of love, seeing the world in its perfection, and not judging. Because judgment is a huge thing when it comes to the mind. So we're going to do the meditation, and then Lord Buddha's going to explain whatever he's going to explain to do with the third eye and to do with understanding our way forward. So if you can just get comfortable. So yes, so much change to come. Yes, hi everyone watching. So exciting. So much expansion. So, and it's even happening on an energetic level. They're saying we're starting to see change, and it's happening on a physical level as well. So it's amazing. Like when you start to see all the changes around you, the miracles occurring. I'm hearing people having a lot of devastation, but I'm also hearing a lot of manifestation of miracles as well. So really a lot of things are being seen now, not just the bad, but also the good. Like it's almost like our third eyes are starting to discern what we are looking at. And they're asking us to keep our eyes open at all times, not to close it like our ears. So, okay, so get comfortable. So if you can just close your eyes, just relax. So we now invite in the energy of mighty Cyclopeia or mighty Helios and Vesta, the twin ray of the mighty eye of God. And we invite this energy in to guide us through this beautiful meditation and activation of our third eyes. So they ask you to breathe, simply breathe. Be present in your body. They're asking you to feel into the space of your heart space and now invite in your angels and guides to be with you and surround you. And they want you to now pull down from the beautiful central sun or the light above you a beautiful white light, crystal white light coming down and surrounding you in the brightest light you've felt. And we're now inviting in also a beautiful Christ consciousness, the liquid gold light of the Creator coming down, and I'm seeing it go through the mighty eye of Helios and Vesta and just feeling the energized sun rays coming down, and you just feel so much sunshine around you. And just you can also physically open your palms and be open to receiving this beautiful liquid sunshine. And we are now connecting into the Christ consciousness, opening our hearts, our chakras and our whole beings to the almighty Helios and mighty Vesta. We now feel the white and the gold light permeating so many levels of our being, extending outwards and expanding us, expanding our consciousness, raising our vibration and frequency. They're now asking us to visualize the eye of Horus around us, especially our third eyes, and just visualizing a beautiful gold eye representing the all-seeing eye of God. So as you stand in this frequency, your energy rises 10 octaves. You go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just breathe in 3 times the white and gold ray. And as you breathe in, say I, and when you breathe out, see the truth. I see the truth. I see the truth. And then placing your hands on your heart. I am the light. I am the light. I am the light. We now see the white and the gold light permeating all of our chakras now, cleansing, purifying and blessing. We now feel a bubble of gold light in a ball form from beloved Horus, bringing down this golden ball of light, going through each of our chakras, starting at our crown, cleansing and purifying each chakra. So feeling it touch your crown chakra. And this golden ball is now bringing illumination and clarity and just removing any inconsistencies with your high connection to Source, bringing it back into balance. You now feel this golden ball of light moving down to your third eye, cleansing and purifying your third eye, removing any inconsistencies, incongruencies, any blocks, any instability, anything that is blocking your third eye from opening wide. And keep breathing in the golden light. Next, feel your throat chakra. Feel this ball of light going down into your throat, clearing and cleansing your throat chakra from any inconsistencies, any incongruencies. Raising its vibration, bringing it back into balance. Horus now sends down this golden ball of light to your heart center, and it opens your heart to all that is cosmic love. Removing any inconsistencies, imbalances within the heart center, even your higher heart, your thymus. Now seeing it go down to your solar plexus, absorbing now anything, any stuck energy, any inner resistance, fear, anxiety, control issues, removing all of that that energy and bringing it back into balance and raising its vibration, bringing it into harmony. Now feel this golden ball moving into your sacral chakra and cleansing and purifying and bringing it back into balance. Opening it, expanding it, removing anything, any obstacles within the sacral chakra. Moving down into your root center, now really absorbing this fear component, this instinctual survival, fight and flight. Just bringing this back into balance, bringing it back into harmony, feeling centered and grounded and rooted in the earth. This is what Mighty Horus is doing for you right now. And seeing it go down into the earth star, just cleansing, purifying any ancestral bloodlines, bringing back equilibrium into your body. Anchoring you to the earth, making you feel safe and secure and grounded. So now Horus takes this energy all the way up and out, and you now feel really balanced and centered. So now Helios and Mighty Vesta now place a beautiful Merkaba of light around you. This is the Star of David, and they place you in this for an energetic upgrade. They're asking you now to consciously open your third eye and be open to receiving the light of the Creator. So as you open your third eye, you see it open, the eyelids, and maybe for the first time you might feel a tingling, opening sensation, and you feel this light entering your third eye, and you feel a temple, like a pyramid being created around your third eye. And in the center of this temple is the Eye of Horus. It is being placed around you for protection. And they're now asking you to invite in Mighty Vesta and Mighty Helios and see the light becoming so bright in your third eye now that it cleanses and purifies all your altar major, your higher centers. And now welcome in your I Am presence, your soul light. Allow your soul and the galactic beings now that surround us. So there is the Ilihuma here, the Mighty Orion, Mighty Arcturus, Mighty Hercules, Cyclopia, Cassiopeia, Mighty Orion, all the Mighty Arcturus, all this Ilihuma here as well to help activate your third eye. And just be open to receiving. This activation is to allow you to see the light of the Creator, the truth from a fresh perspective, to gain clarity through the light of the Christ consciousness. They're now asking you to allow this light to lift any debris, to lift only old fears of being powerful and standing in your truth and seeing the light, seeing the balance, seeing the duality, but with love, integrating love into seeing the truth. I now see, I am the light. I am clarity. I am now truth. I am, I am, I am. So just feel this expansion through your third eye chakra, but it expands outwards into all your chakras. You just feel this connection, the switch being turned on. And it's like a light bulb, it's like a candle flame. It's been lit again if it's been extinguished before. And it's allowing you to stand in your truth, your I am. So going forward, beloved Vesta and Helios want you to stand in the light that you are. Be the truth that you are. See yourself as that powerful being of light, that ascended master that you so rightfully have earned over these many lifetimes. See yourself and see what kind of life you envision for humanity and for yourself, your family, your loved ones, your children. Envision it, believe it, walk the path. Remember that what you see is what you become, what you visualize, what you think, what you believe is what you become. Use your third eye for the higher good. So they're asking you to breathe. Now visualize the Eye of Horus going over each of your chakras, providing you with clarity to see what you need to do or what inward Allow you to see inwards, to turn the eye within, to listen to yourself, to see your truth in all levels of your being, in all levels of your chakra. Mighty Horus gives thanks to you. Mighty Helios and Mighty Vesta are with you now. And they now stand back, and they allow you to stand in your magnificence of who you really are with love. They now place a mirror in front of you, and they want you to open your third eye and see yourself as you truly are. Not a person, but a beautiful spiritual being, incarnated on earth right now. See the colors of your aura. See the light that you are. Feel into the energy of your soul, your I am, your presence. Really become that. Anchor it into the here and now, into your physical body, and just feel your presence. Allow your third eye to integrate this new way of seeing the world. So then I ask you to place your hands over your heart in prayer position. And we now give thanks to this beautiful meditation and activation, clearing and cleansing. And we ask that this be consistently done over the next 7 days to help us to receive this energetic upgrade. Please guide each and every person that has received this activation today what they need to do in order to integrate it into the here and now permanently. And we give thanks for this gift, this honour, and this reverence to the mighty Helios and Vesta, Almighty Cyclopeia, the all-seeing eye of God, and so it is. So then I'm asking you to place your hands on your knees and just bring yourself back to the earth. Call your Mekraba back, anchor it into the earth. Just hold this here. So just open your eyes. What they are saying is the truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. The truth will set you free. Your truth. Not everyone else's truth. Your truth. When you get aligned to your truth, that is where your freedom lies. So they are saying the power is in the moment. Your power is seeing the truth for what it is and not putting your mind's interpretation of it. Be the light you wish to see in the world. Visualize the light within you. See the light within everyone else. See the love within everyone else. See the compassion. See mercy. See forgiveness. See the golden age. See all the children without judgment. And so it is. What an honor to have these beautiful spiritual beings on earth right now helping us at this time. I don't know if you can feel it, but so much bright light. It's like standing in front of the sun and getting like, woo, that's a lot. So we're just going to pick some cards to end and see what our final messages are from them. So we'll just get into the Lemurian card, see what the Galactics want to say, or the messages. We've got 2 here. The first one is Heaven on Earth. So it says, all are invited, 5th dimension, new earth, spirit, and matter. Look at that. An invitation to the 5th dimension. We are all invited. Beautiful. The next card is Star Children. No veils, psychic, different, cosmic inspiration, and light. Number 7. We are all star children, remember that. We have these innate abilities within us. We all are unique. So be kind to one another. Be accepting of one another. We are all different. There are no veils. There is no separation. I feel like there's more messages in these cards. Okay, dolphins. Play. It's okay to relax. Smile again. Share your flow. Play. Playfulness. Joy. Remember to play. Remember we are children. These dolphins are reminding us that we are light. Pure light. Pure joy. Isn't that beautiful? It's okay to play. Okay, one more message from these cards. Oh, this one. Okay, the cosmic circle. Create a sacred space, embrace the unlimited possibilities. So cosmic circles. So this card is reminding us that we're a part of a whole. Cosmic circle. We're not just one, we are all. Woo! All the cards are flying out for us. Oh. Just tune into these cards and see what other messages we have. Ooh! Right. First one is the Star Mother. We are loved. The Universal Mother loves and supports us all. The Universal Mother. Look at that. The Universal Mother. She loves us. Been picking up the energy in the beginning as well. Beautiful cards these are. Oh, the Star Mother. We are loved. Again. We are loved. Right. The next one, the Jade Star. Surrender. I am ready to let go with self-compassion. Ooh. The Jade Star, surrender. Surrender. It's almost they're asking us to surrender to the divine. Surrender to the will of God. And I'm using God in a loose term in the sense of whatever you believe to be in a higher form, surrender. And this is to do with the heart as well, opening your heart space again with compassion. I'm ready to let go with self-compassion. This is what's going to help us move forward with our evolution of our third eye as well. We're coming back into the heart center. The Star Mother again. So our Star Mother loves us. Comes out. She's come out 3 times. What's the message the Star Mother has for us? It's obviously a really important message. So our Star Mother wants us to, our Star Mother wants us to know that rebirth out of the darkness into the light. This is where we're all heading. The lost star, rebirth out of the darkness into the light. Okay. Just see what the Ascended Masters have for us, and then we're going to end with Lord Buddha. So Krishna, find the blessings in your current situation. So this is what the third eye helps us to do, is discern and see both sides to the story, not just one side or one perspective, being able to see all of it. Because what they're saying is sometimes we get stuck in our own way of thinking. We don't actually see other people's opinions or other people's perspective. But working with your third eye and clearing it and keeping it in harmony and balance helps you to stay neutral. 2 more cards from this one. Kuan Yin, let it go. Kuan Yin is saying, let go of our old paradigms. It's time for us to make this shift, and it's our third eye shifting, and it's exciting. All we need to do is just let it go. Let that old way go, the old version of self go. Because we like to hold on to things because it's comfortable, but it's almost breaking that barrier, breaking it down, and moving forward with life and doing things on your terms, not life's terms. Oh, look. We've got here Siddhya Gautama Buddha. So, funnily enough, we were going to end with Buddha. So, Buddha has come out and the card says meditate. So, Buddha learned how to master his mind, essentially. He mastered his mind to the point that it no longer had power or will over him. He mastered suffering. He mastered duality. So what he is saying is, Lord Buddha is saying, in order to master your third eye, you've got to learn how to control it. So you are the master of your third eye. You are the master of your center. And we are here on this earth to learn how to stay centered in our truth and in our God self. And Buddha is saying that in order to overcome the mind, you must become the mind. You must become the person behind the mind, not being the whole mind. I don't know if that makes sense. He's saying that over time you learn to disconnect from the drama of your mind, from the suffering of your mind. You learn over time or over lifetimes to master this. He's saying it is possible. There's always a way. Everybody has a way of getting there. Enlightenment, yes, it's a great goal, but it's not why we are, it's not something that we all aspire to. He's saying enlightenment means you become one with the light. Enlightenment means that you no longer perceive things for what you're seeing. You're actually seeing it with such a deep understanding and knowing that you don't get fazed by it. Because when you go beyond the mind in regards to suffering, Lord Buddha is saying that acceptance is accepting the conditions for what they are right now. He's saying that when you learn to master the mind, there is no future or past. It's just now. And he's saying that in order for us to move forward with our third eye in regards to our minds, he's saying meditation is a great way in order for us to still our minds and to start to ascend or bring enlightenment or more light into the mind. I'll just get Lord Buddha here. Lord Buddha is saying in order to find peace within, we need to find peace within here. Make peace with ourselves. So making peace doesn't mean that you know what's going to happen or that you tolerate conditions. Peace is just accepting it and allowing it to be in the moment for what it is. And he's saying that when you master the mind and you work with your third eye, you gain clarity that not everything is what it seems, illusion. When you become enlightened, and it is possible to become a version of enlightened while you're on earth. He's saying he believes each and every one of us have the possibility, potential, to be able to find that. He's talking about nirvana, that nirvana within us. And that's just peace. That's acceptance. That's in the void. That's not knowing. That's just being so aligned in the moment that there is nothing else. There's no time and space. It's just in this one moment. He's asking you to start with mindfulness, start with meditation, prayer. Lord Buddha is saying that he isn't the only ascended master that's mastered the mind. He just encapsulated enlightenment in his form and his way. He's saying the one truth is, though, that he knew by surrendering to the divine, he was going to be taken care of. It's a deep sense of surrender. It's like that surrender when you're on, most people feel it before they, like between life and death, between getting prior to birth. He's talking about the surrender is such a deep surrender, but he's saying it's almost like it's a feeling more than anything. And he's saying that we can obtain this. And he's saying to work with your third eye, it's a form of practice and discipline. You need to practice. You need to use it like a muscle. You've got to focus, learn how to focus, because your mind is powerful. It creates intentions. It creates manifestations. So with your third eye, he's saying with great power comes great responsibility. Because in the others, we know how to work with our third eye. Other civilizations, we mastered the third eye. But this time, we're going to get it right. We're going to do a new, different approach. He's saying we're more aware this time. We're awakened. We're a lot more awakened than we used to be. And he's really proud of us because he's saying we have never been in this state of consciousness before in regards to integrating heaven and earth, the 5D consciousness. Yes, we have been on higher levels, but man has not been to this point of light in their bodies, never held. He's saying that in the beginning of the time there was the two, that light was created and that it was split in two, a divine male and divine female. And then those were pure. And then over time, as we know, things changed. So he's saying that we're returning to that innocence, that harmony, that balance. And it starts with you yourself, self-mastery of you. So what Lord Buddha is saying, it is all the possibility. Work with Lord Buddha. Call in Vesta, Cyclopea, all the angels, guides, teachers, your ancestors. Build upon the knowledge of your previous family members. Seek their wisdom, because the more that you're able to tap into the knowledge and wisdom of your elders, the more you're able to create a solid foundation for others. Because he's saying that teaching never stops, learning never stops. It's a cyclic nature of energy. It just destroys itself and comes about in another form. And he's saying, talking about impermanence, how that when you understand impermanence, it also helps you to release suffering in the mind. So there's a lot of truth to the Buddhism and the way that Lord Buddha lived his life, but if it resonates, take what resonates, take what doesn't. But Lord Buddha is saying that nothing is also accomplished just by sitting there and contemplating. There are periods of rest and there are periods of action, and man has been asked to start listening to their bodies better, start making the changes and adjustments required in order for us to step up. So that's Lord Buddha. Thank you, Lord Buddha. And I'm just going to end with 3 messages and then we're done. Hope you enjoyed this video. It's been very different, but I feel like Spirit really wanted to give us the heads up and the understanding and clarity that we need for the third eye. So first message is alchemical mutation. So this card is showing us our ascension. Can you see over here where our DNA is changing? We are becoming lighter. So it's just pointing us in the right direction. We're going up and out. So this is just confirming alchemical mutation. Our DNA is changing for the better. We're evolving and changing. And what they're saying is this is an evolutionary process. This is confirmed. This is like any other animal that evolves. We are evolving. 2 more messages. The second message is hold your center. So with this, it's reminding us to stay within the heart and to just follow the lead of your heart. Your heart knows what to do. So keep that door always open, and the more open your heart is, the more your third eye also can be connected, because everything stems back to love. They're saying remember that is truth. And last message that the angels and guides. So see in this picture, you've got this one illuminated, you've got a lot of clarity, a lot of light around her, and all the others around her are very dull and greyish colour looking. This is representing how one person can shine the light for others. Can you see that representation? That the more light that you hold, the more expansion that you hold, the more that you're able to hold the light for others as well, until they wake up. And this is saying to me that just stand in your light. See, look at that. She's just being herself, standing in her own light, standing in her truth. And when you hold the vision of who you really are, your I am, your soul, that is what is happening. You're sharing the light with others. You're that beacon, that hope for others. And when these other people are ready to wake up, they look up and go, ah, there is another one. And we just keep adding to the light. So Mighty Helios and Vesta or Cyclopea wishes to thank you for watching the video today. And I just want to say thank you for also listening to me, all the people that listen to the angelic guidance in which I channel. I do it to serve the light, and I'm very grateful for every person that watches this information and shares and almost passes on the light to others, because that's the whole ripple effect that we want. And what they are saying is keep your heart open and keep your third eye open. Keep focused on what you want to see. Because remember, I am truth, I am free, and I can see. I am seeing. And invoke them and ask for their assistance if you'd like more clarity in working with your third eye, especially Horus, as well as Mighty Cyclopea or Helios. So thank you all. Have a lovely night, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.